We're joined now by our Senior Counsel for Global Affairs, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. And Secretary Pompeo, you also spoke out yesterday. You called for, as you and your wife had called for, prayer, as what unfortunately we're starting to see and learn more about this. Is both Logan and our kids go to schools within a mile of this school. One shares a parking lot. Our kids were in lockdown. This is the first time they've ever been in lockdown since we've been parents, for a shooting drill, not weather related. And your first message was, of course, to call for prayer. And unfortunately, what's kind of upsetting to me, Secretary, is how many people immediately mock us when we call for prayer.
Hey, Jordan, I've seen that too. I'm convinced that prayer is the answer to so many things, including trying to help the families of the 3 kids who were killed and the 3 adults and all the friends and the community at that school as well. We all should pray for them in the same way that people prayed when we had the football player who was injured, the same way that we saw the newscaster pray when the tornado went through Mississippi. I think we should all understand that prayer matters and that it is He who can help heal us. But then we've got to do more, right? There are many things that can be done to make schools safer, lots of good ideas, and we know that we've got to deliver that. We've got to deliver a place where your kids there in Nashville and our kids all across the country can know that when they go off to school, they are safe. And, having an officer there, having security there in a way that respects the risk that's associated with those people being in a very open space seems to make a lot of sense to me, and will reduce the frequency with which these folks who clearly have mental challenges do what happened yesterday in Nashville.
Secretary Pompeo, I did want to address another tweet you put out. It was actually our discussion. Yesterday's went on the air. The reports, my wife called me 5 minutes before we went on the air to tell me about this shooting that had occurred, and it was still active at that moment. But right before we went on the air, our discussion point, and what became the topic, because I do think these are very intermingled, is a poll that came out, and I saw you tweeted about it, where you put, this is more dangerous than any external threat. We can handle China, but we need serious leadership to fix this loss of the values that make America great. And that was the sharp decline since 1998. So putting it at in this kind of structure, from 70% to 38% of people who felt that patriotism was important, in religion from 62 to 39. So pretty much even. And there was obviously some other concerning facts in that as well, but those are the two we kind of honed in and our audience did. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. I understand why you're saying it. I think everyone probably agrees with you on that, that this is going beyond political. This is becoming how we're educating people. There's a lot happening from this poll. It ties greatly into what happened yesterday here in Nashville.
Yes, this isn't remotely political. That survey was a Wall Street Journal Opinion Research Center poll that they've been conducting for years, and never have they seen the data in this way. It concerns me enormously. If we don't teach the next generation of kids about American greatness, about why it is this most exceptional nation, the finest in the history of civilization, is worthy and decent and good and protects individuals and humankind in ways that no other civilization, no other country ever has, you'll see that. You'll see a decline in patriotism. You'll see America become more secular. We need both faith and committed American patriots to be leading in our schools, teaching our kids this in our schools. And when we get that wrong, when we walk away from our Judeo-Christian founding in the United States of America, you will see increased instability, you'll see increased conflict, and you'll see more incidents like what happened yesterday as well. The violence levels will increase all across the country too. We have to get this back. We need leaders at every level who are prepared to talk about why it is that our institutions must be decent and noble and honorable.
I mean, because our external enemies, they look at these moments in America. They watch very close these moments in America where whether it's you tie the economy, the economic troubles we're having, the political divisions, and then this crisis we've had with school shootings, and it weakens us externally, but we have to get our own house in order before we can start figuring out. Feels
like America isn't living up to America right now.
Yeah, I mean that's how it feels, Secretary Pompeo. Yeah, right. That we know we can do it, but we've got to have leadership to help us get there. We can't all do it on our own. We got to have leaders like you, people that can speak nationally for us to help us find that path.
Jordan, you nailed it. I haven't seen anything, but it won't be very long before the Chinese Foreign Ministry is talking about the shooting in Nashville as evidence of American decline. They will seize on this. They will facilitate this. They will propagandize about this. And it means that Americans, every father, every mother, every Little League coach, every PTA president, every city council member, school board member, we all need to focus on the things that made this country so unique and so special. And if we don't, if we get caught up in DEI, we get caught up in some fad of the moment, we'll see this continued decline in America's understanding of itself as an important, good place. And I was a 70th Secretary of State. I was a CIA director. The 75th Secretary of State and the successors, their work won't matter, because if we decay from within, if America truly does find itself secularized and declining and decaying, then we won't get another 250 good years. I know we will. I'm counting on it. I believe we will, but it's going to take every one of us pitching in and being honest and being forthright about the things that have built this amazing country.
Yeah, we appreciate your service to our country, your work with us here at the ACLJ, and your comments on this. We really do need leadership, and I appreciate you joining us today on the show.